Hey, what's going on? Are we live? Is it working? Is this thing on?
I think it's on. Looks like we are live and
Did you
streaming on
put us
Facebook.
did you put us in the Heresy After Hours group
You know what? I think I accidentally put us in the God Squad group, so let me put us in the Heresy After Hours group as well.
as well? Yeah, let's do that.
It's probably better.
How you been?
All right. Oh, well, yeah, pretty good. Yeah,
Good.
not bad. Busy. Golly, man. So many things. So many post-it notes on my desk that I have yet to get to. But
Oh Lord, this man. Good morning, Judy. Good morning, Jody. Good morning, John. What's going on, everyone?
Jody and John, the three
All
J's.
JJJ, Triple H with the JJJ.
That's right.
Yeah,
Triple
we
H with
got.
Triple J.
Well, we're kind of being a tease today. Is today the end of the Heretic
Well,
Happy
you
Hour?
are. You're the one that wrote that headline. I saw it and I was like, what the hell? What do you mean? What's he talking about? What are we seeing?
I'm quitting live on the air.
No. Well,
No,
how you doing,
I'm not.
dear? There
I'm
as
not
well.
really. I'm not really.
Well,
Just
but like you said, you're alluding to a conversation that we have been having. I started this week about this particular show. So not Heretic Happy Hour, the podcast.
as such. No.
No, we're still doing the Tuesday new episodes every Tuesday, and we're still going to keep doing the bonus shows.
Of course.
To
Can't
respond to
leave.
your can't stop that.
You can't stop that unless y'all stop calling and texting the hotline.
Yeah, exactly. Unless the hotline goes cold. If the hotline becomes a cold line, then yes, the Friday show will go away. You see how much power you people have? You people, you have the power. We don't. We're just sitting
all
around.
the power.
You know, you have all the power. We're your humble servants. So
yeah, but this show is gonna kind of not be regular. We're gonna do
Sunday
events instead. The Sunday show is gonna be it's gonna be probably like once a month maybe.
Or yeah,
And
every other week, maybe. Who knows?
every other week depends on how I'm gonna try to make events out of it and bring people on, and because Keith is doing too much. I don't know. What are you doing? You're speaking places. People are inviting you. People are inviting
I
you
know.
to
Can you
talk to
believe
them.
it? I don't know. I don't understand it. Yeah. Well, yeah, that's part of it. I mean, I missed the whole month of May. Well, no, I did May. I did miss the whole month of June, and last week as well. So yeah, and then I've also got personal stuff going on. People, if you're following me on Facebook, you know that you've seen my post that there's a my wife Wendy's family is auctioning off their property, and the auction is the 26th of this month, and I'll be flying out there and then driving back, and then you're also going to be gone that same weekend. So it's like I've missed so many things, and so many other things are going on in life. It's sort of like I'm not sure that I can keep doing these Sunday shows. Obviously, I can't because I'm not keeping up with it. So I just, that's what Matt and I talked about was like, should we keep doing them, or does Matt want to do them with, like, you've been bringing on guest hosts, which has been fun. So yeah, that's how we kind of arrived at this. Yeah, Judy says Keith's doing churchy things. Yeah, it's
So many
weird,
churchy things.
but they're like unity churches, or like there's
not real churches.
Well, they're not churches that I grew up with, put it that way. I think they're real churches.
I'm playing.
Yeah, but not. I did. I mean, I spoke at a Presbyterian church. That's the closest, I guess, I've come to real churchy stuff.
That's all churches. I'm just playing around, but this is what you do. You build bridges. You build bridges, Keith.
I'm trying. Yes, trying to build some bridges, and then, full disclosure, my plan is to do as many of these as I could possibly do. So honestly, if I could go and speak at a Unity church, or Center for Spiritual Living church, or a progressive Presbyterian church, or whatever, every weekend, I would. And so I'm kind of wanting to move in that direction, and because of that, yeah, it just seems like it's not making any sense to continue to at least advertise that I'm going to be on the Sunday show, because most likely I will not be.
Well, and it gives me a chance to free it up and make it into an event. Like, so if we're off a week, hopefully the next week we'll have someone on who is super interesting and
a special live guest. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know who it'll be, but we know lots of people.
Yeah, we do. We know lots and lots of people. I mean,
lots and lots of people.
just like this week, right? The God Squad had Dan McClellan on. Dude, Dan McClellan would be
Dan
sweet.
McClellan. Yeah.
Get him on here.
He's great. He's got like 1 million TikTok followers.
Yeah, no kidding. He's pretty amazing. Really cool guy.
Yeah, really smart. Knows a lot of shit.
Yes, he does.
Yeah, so John, yes, we'll be bringing in more heretics. That is right.
That's right.
So yeah, let's make sure we this is the live show, so make sure to say that if you have questions about anything that we've said on a recent episode, whether the main show or the bonus show, and you want to ask them here, do that. Knew a hermeticist to talk with. That's what Judy's asking.
Do I even know what that is?
Hermeticist?
I'm not even sure that I know. Not only do I not know any hermeticists, I'm not even sure I know what a hermeticist is.
It's a type of philosophy. I have no idea what it is. Like it's not a philosophy I'm by its name familiar with.
According to the Googles, it is a philosophical and religious tradition based on the writings attributed to Hermes. Well, of course. It explores the concepts of God, creation, and the nature of the universe, often engage in practices like alchemy, astrology, and magic, aiming to understand and interact with the divine and the cosmos. Well, that's getting kind of woo-woo there, but we have gone woo-woo before. So
we've gone woo-woo. Never go full woo.
Never go full woo. You never go full woo. Someone shared that clip again the other day on Instagram, and it was hilarious. Yeah, I love that.
Jeremy says, "First time tuning in. It's good to see you live." Well, thanks for being here. Yeah.
Hey,
so like
Jeremy,
we said,
thanks for tuning in.
This is going to be a less than regular show from now on Sunday. But we'll be tuning in. You'll be tuning in to some guests, some new heretics. While Keith does his church thing.
Yeah. So what the irony, I guess, would be is that this the Sunday show will become Matt and sometimes Keith instead of sometimes Matt.
We've gone full circle.
We've come all the way back around. It's beautiful.
Yeah. Can you believe in 2 months this will be full 8 years of Heretic Happy Hour?
Is it really? In 2 months?
Yeah. In 2 months we'll celebrate our 8th anniversary.
What are we going to do to celebrate? What should we do?
I'm going to get high.
You don't do anything special then? nothing out of the ordinary. Just
another Tuesday. It was September 7th, maybe the first episode.
So is that the first Heretic Happy Hour episode, or the first 3 things we did, me and you and Jamal?
The first Heretic Happy Hour episode.
The first official Heretic Happy Hour.
Yeah, I think it's like the 17th, maybe. I'd have to look. Okay. I'm gonna look it up right now. Episode 000 Heretic Happy Hour.
Yeah, check it out.
Why is this in Arabic? What the fuck?
So I will say while you're looking that up, Judy, who recommended the hermeticist person to possibly talk to. Judy, if you have a favorite hermeticist that you follow or something on YouTube or Instagram or Facebook or the internet or whatever, shoot us some names and we'll go, we'll reach out to them. This would, it would be, our first time that I know of. First time talking to somebody like this. So
yeah,
I'm open. I'm very open to that.
Always got to have an open mind. Hey, so episode 0 was September 20th, 2017.
Okay. And that was 8 years ago.
That was 8 years ago.
September 20th. I'm going to write it down on my calendar. September 20th, 8th anniversary.
8th year anniversary. Can you believe it?
Happy hour. Well, yeah,
Now here we are.
And they said it wouldn't last. They all said
I don't know if I thought, would we be a podcast in 8 years? It's a long time.
No, that wasn't even a question in my head. It was just kind of like, this is fun. Let's do it. Let's do it as long as it's fun.
And somehow it's still fun sometimes.
And for a while there, it wasn't fun. But
well, yeah.
But now it is. It's more fun than it's ever been. like since we did the reboot, I would say I really, really loved the new format and the panel discussions. And I love that we're doing it instead of twice a month, which honestly always felt to me like not enough. Like I'm really happy now we're doing things like, 2 shows a week, doing the regular show and then the bonus show, answering your hotline. That's been fun. That's been a blast. I would love to do, we, for a while there in the beginning, we did, for the first couple of years, right? We did live shows. And I would love to do another live Heretic Happy Hour.
Come back to the West Coast, homeboy.
I will. I would make the trip. So we were talking. In fact, I need to rattle their cage a little bit again. So a few months ago, you and I were both on the Bros, Bibles, and Beer podcast, talking about, what were we talking about?
Oh, I think they were going to do a live show. I think we should have a mashup, like Heretic Happy Hour, HHH versus BBB.
Yeah. That was their suggestion on that show. That's like the BBB and the HHH. It was their idea, like, hey, we could do. They were thinking about doing, I guess, their own live show in San Diego area, and I was like, well, dude, let me know when. And I told them what I've been telling him is like, I'm going to be down there in September, actually, which is so funny because that's close to the.
Yeah,
it'll be close.
I can make my way down there. It's not that far.
Hold on a minute. No. I'm sorry. Yeah, it is September. I think I'm also going to be down there in October. No, I'm not. No, September. So the weekend of the 27th and 28th, the very last weekend in September, I'm going to be down in Orange County anyway. And so I could come a little early or stay a little late, and we could schedule like a live thing. So I guess they had a friend who has a pub or a bar or something, or brewery. Maybe it was a brewery.
I think it's a brewery.
And which would be perfect. Heretic Happy Hour and the Bros, Bibles, and Beer podcast in a brewery live in Orange County. Fun. That would be flipping awesome.
Yeah. Like the good old days. Glory days.
Glory days. We got to do it. So yeah, softly pencil that into your calendar if you're in the Orange County area, and we will try to keep you guys up to date. I will try to reach back out to Zach, right? That's his name, Zach.
Yeah,
he's our main
our liaison
for the BBB boys.
John says turn water into beer. I turn water into weed. Judy would love to come and meet you guys. Yeah, that'd be great. Come through. That'd be fun.
Do. That's what's gonna make it fun. See,
funsies. So, before we move any further, I just want to, of course, mention the collective. If you haven't subscribed to the collective, what are you waiting for?
What the hell?
Let me give you a little preview, a little tour. Look at this thing. I could pull it up here. If you're watching live,
do it.
Why did they change the icons now?
Oh, everybody, July 1st, I've noticed everybody decided on July 1st, all these different apps and websites decided to upload everything to update all of their shit, and now it doesn't work.
So here's the collective, y'all. This is our new site where we are. Oh, I gotta read this one.
Shit on here. I posted a new one. It's right there. The saddest thing about Trump's Superman post. I did that. I just posted that yesterday.
Yeah, lots of good blogs. There's templates. There's a growing list of Black and queer-owned business resources. And with your help, hopefully we'll have a lot more resources coming. And look at all these contributors. Look at all of them.
Look at that.
Even my ugly bugs on there.
Heather Foy, Paul Swearingen, Karen Tibbles, Jeremy Steele, December Dillon, Daniel Henderson, Anna Clark Miller, Angela Parker, Andy Glenza. Now, what is Andy doing?
So Andy's going to do photo essays. He and I are going to do together. Nice. So we're going to do
you haven't done them yet, but you're planning.
Well, no, because I'll be out in Vegas after our little SoCal trip. We're driving out to Vegas on the way back, and we're going to do like historical sites or historical things. So he'll take the pictures and I'll kind of loosely write things together.
Okay.
Yeah, I think one of the ways that you fight fascism, I think, is through good education.
I agree.
And whether that's education about It doesn't have to be about politics. It doesn't have to be about anything. Just education about who we are as people, telling stories.
Yeah.
I think the more stories we tell, the less prone we're going to be toward oppressing other people, right? Isn't
Yeah.
there evidence that like reading fiction, for instance,
Yes.
like levels
Yep.
up your empathy?
It really does. Yeah. It's actually one of the best ways, I think. I would say reading books, reading fiction, and watching movies,
Hmm.
can be helpful to like, yeah, help you feel, connect emotionally and feel empathy for people who are not like you. Right.
Yeah,
Now, of course, again, you'd have to read books about people that aren't like you, and you'd have to watch movies about people
sure.
that aren't like you. And so that's part of the challenge now, right? Is like everybody is so quick to say, "Oh, that movie is woke." So, okay, then, well, you might have learned
So
something if you could have seen the movie, but now that everyone's telling you that you might learn something and to not go, then you won't go. So,
yeah. Yeah, so that's what we're doing on the collective. Given, of course, our listeners scrolling across the bottom, if you go to thecollective.com, use the promo code Heretic, you save 10% off a yearly subscription, which itself is 10% off a monthly subscription.
so that
So
you're
if you
saying that
want
would
to
be 20? That would be 20%?
20% off, so it comes to
Wow.
$4 a month if you sign up for the year instead of 5. And
Yeah.
what we're trying to do is really, we're trying to build an ecosystem here that is good educational resources, that is not going to bend the knee to fascism, and we really can't do it without y'all. And
Yeah.
we're trying, as we're always doing with choir, to like it's like we balance these two things. Like we live in this late stage capitalistic society
Yeah.
and system,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So in one way, we're participating in capitalism every single day, which is probably not a great thing. Um, it's not a sustainable thing, I should say, right?
Yeah.
Um, but we're also trying to change models, right? We're trying to move things forward, be more progressive. And so we try to give all of our contributors the lion's share of the money that comes in with
Yeah.
anything that we do, whether it's a
Yeah.
book, whether it's this. And so as we try to flip the script, we need help, right? Like we need
Yeah.
people to be engaged. We need people to share, to like, subscribe, to do all those things, to leave reviews. But for those that do have the means, we a lot of this is behind a paywall. We have no ads, we have no advertisers, we have no corporate sponsors with the collective. So we ask that
Yeah.
folks subscribe. And if you can, we're actually doing an Indiegogo campaign, which I could put the link. Actually, I'll put the link
Yeah. Yeah.
in the on the comments, actually, so you can just click it. That's probably better, ain't it?
That'd be better. Yeah. Like
Um,
putting it on Facebook.
I'm gonna put it on Facebook and YouTube in the comments. And
Yeah. Thank you.
if you have the means, um, please click that link and give. We have perks coming up. It's going to help us market the collective. It's going to help us get us out there, but it's also going to help us build tools for the site that we couldn't otherwise do without your help. So if you have the financial means, or if you know
Yeah.
people who do and you want to share, like we're fighting fascism, we're fighting white Christian nationalism, and we're going to do it responsibly and educationally. So if you would consider giving to the Indiegogo campaign, it will help launch this website, more so than if we didn't do that.
Yeah. 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 And yeah. So this thing about the collective too. I mean, I think it's had a pretty good launch. I would say I keep saying this, like the quantity of articles is really great. We have a lot of articles up there already, but the quality is also really good. I'm very proud of
Yeah.
the different articles that are on there now, and and so the model is we do want it to be sort of funded by the people, supported by the people that believe in the kind of things that we're saying,
Mhm.
and that want to see more of this kind of content created and produced, and who also want to see these content creators compensated, for their work. We want to them, keep these people that are contributing, um, you know, doing what they're doing and saying what they're saying. And so, part of the way you can show that you support it is to A, subscribe, and B, if you can, go over and above and do the Indiegogo campaign. Do you want to talk about any of the perks that we're offering?
Yeah, there's going to be digital downloads of books. There's going to be shipping out books to y'all. If you go way above and beyond, we'll be designing shirts for you.
Yeah.
There could be Zoom sessions, signed books, things like that. I mean,
yeah. Exclusive private Zoom sessions with contributors, supporters, and like a collective T-shirt. It would only be available. I think we should commit to this. It should only be available to people that are on the that support the Indiegogo campaign. But just things like that, and show your support, show your love. We would appreciate it so much.
Yeah, and just me personally, like, I mean, it's not like I took some huge risk, but like I made the decision to write here instead of at Pathos, and at Pathos has a huge infrastructure and huge ecosystem, and on good months I could get 80,000 hits on my blog, which I'm not gonna get launching our own thing. So
I haven't seen the stats, but I don't think we're at that. I don't think we're at that number yet.
I guarantee we're not.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we're trying to mix in too, like free stuff as well as paid stuff, but still.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, we try to do as much free stuff as we can, but we also realize like we want to pay our contributors. Like we really do. We really believe in that and pay them above market, like to where you don't have to get 80,000 clicks to make $100 or whatever.
Right.
That's that's just the rub. And so that's the risk I took, is to walk away from that, not because I have any problem with Pathos, but just because we wanted to try something. We wanted to launch something on our own terms, which is something we wanted to do for years, and not have any corporate sponsors. It really wanted to be backed by people.
Yeah.
And so we hope that you can do that. Subscribe. If you want to go above and beyond, click the link. It's in the YouTube comments that I left for the Choircast Network, or it's in the Facebook comments, and it's been up on the screen for a little bit. So just type it in and go give if you can. If you want to see us continue to thrive, or to start to thrive, we want to see this thing launch.
We'd like to see it really take off. I mean, I'm still blogging in both places. I mean, actually, technically, I'm posting on my Patreon page. I'm posting on Pathos, my inner circle, every month, and I'm also doing every week, and then I'm also doing on the collective, and the collective up until this one, the one I just did about Superman, and Trump reposted the stupid meme about his face being replaced with Superman in this for the ad for the movie coming out. So I wrote an article like the saddest thing about, Trump's Superman post. And up until now, I think everything I've done on the collective has been free, because I'm just trying to draw traffic to it, so like I've been posting things and making them part of the free content. But this weekend, when I posted that article, as much as I would love for as many people as possible to read it for free, I really felt like, no, it's time to move into the phase of, like, if you want to read it, I'm sorry, it's going to be behind the paywall. So, I want to help move it in that direction. It's a great article. I would love, again, if you've read it, I'd love to hear your thoughts on it. But we just want more and more to encourage everybody to get on board with helping us grow this collective website. So thank you for everyone who has done that so far.
Thank you. Because we really are trying. Like, I know I got some, I don't know, not hate, but I got some pushback on, like,
you always will.
One of our listeners was like unable. No, not on that. Just unable, like, doesn't want to listen to the Heretic Happy anymore because we're too morose, and we everything is just the sky is falling, and it's not offering real solutions and things like that. And it's like, no, we really are trying. Like, I feel like I mean, I just try to look at the content I'm writing and talking about. And yes, we talk about nationalism a lot. And yes, we talk about Project 2025 a lot. For one, we'd be irresponsible not to. Like, it's here.
Just ignore that and just talk about whatever. That would be stupid.
So, but we do balance that with, like, our last couple, like, One of our episodes was faith without, or meaning without faith, like
Finding meaning apart from faith.
finding
Yeah. Which
apart from
is,
faith.
again, no one mentioned, I don't think anyone mentioned Trump during that.
Hardly at all. Right.
Yeah.
Some of the articles I've written recently for the collective on like finding spirituality and connecting with your ancestors with food and with the things I grow in the farm. Like, of course, the peaches I grow remind me of my grandfather's peach tree back in San Jose.
Yeah.
I feel like we talk about that kind of stuff all the time. All the stuff I talk about with like the Lord of the Rings and like trying to live a more simple life, and so it's a balance though. Like it's about like you can't fight the empire while always railing against it, and that's all you think about, and it's politics all day long, and you're doom scrolling all day long. But I think you have to try to find a balance, and it's never going to be perfect for everyone. We have thousands of listeners every week. There's not going to be everyone be like, oh, you guys are just, every time I go on there, every episode is exactly what I needed. It's like, that's not real. That's not realistic.
No, but it's funny. Like, okay, this is really good that you're kind of, let's talk about that, right? So, there's Heretic Happy Hour, which you and I do together, and that's Tuesdays and Fridays, and then sometimes on Sundays. But and yeah, we are trying to mix up the content, and so we're, by the way, just so yes, anyone listening, we are sensitive to that. We don't want to turn into the, every episode is about something about MAGA or Trump or whatever. And so we are responding to that, like you said, where we have an episode coming up with Jim Palmer and Angie Von Slaughter about how do we find meaning apart from faith. We have one coming up after that. It's going to be Maddie Jo Calzert and Jackson Phoenix talking about their books. And again, so we're doing what we can. Okay, we understand that, but you and I are not just Heretic Happy Hour, right? So you have your blog, you have your Patreon. You're posting on the collective. I'm posting on the collective. I'm posting on my Patreon. I'm posting on Pathos. I have a solo podcast called Second Cup with Keith. And this past week, I had an amazing conversation with Mo Thomas. I think is his last name.
Thomas,
and we had just a great conversation about quantum spirituality and quantum theology. And then I posted, after that conversation with Mo, I wrote a blog on Pathos about some of the things we talked about in that conversation. So yeah, you and I don't live and breathe this all the time, right? One of the reasons I stepped away from the God Squad podcast was because I was tired of always talking about, what's going on in the news. And so, yeah, we are trying to mix it up. We are trying to focus on more than just that. But to your point, I couldn't sleep at night seeing what I'm seeing literally babies being ripped from their mothers, people being zip tied and hooded and thrown into a van,
chased through farms.
Yeah. Alligator Alcatraz and all this bullshit. Like, and for me to just go like, hey, everybody, let's talk about quantum science. Like, I don't know, man.
Yeah, it can't just be that. It can't be one or the other. Yeah, there's got to be a balance.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and if it's too much for you, if you're a listener and you're like, I can't hear any of it, well, okay, fine. That's fine. I don't know. I have mixed feelings about that. I get it. Folks are tired. I mean, if you're I have a lot more patience, obviously, and a lot more understanding if you're impacted by it more so.
Yeah. Are you gay? Are you a woman?
Are you black? Are you a woman? Are you trans? And you can't hear any of it, then it's like, okay.
I get it, because this is your life every day. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
But if you're a straight old white guy like me, you have only begun. You have only begun.
Gird up your loins, Job.
Yes, this fight has been going on for so long, and but at the same time, I mean, look, let's acknowledge the fatigue. I mean, it's not like saying, we're not saying like, oh, if you're an old white person, straight white person, you don't have the right to be tired. No, because I get tired of it. I get exhausted. Exactly. It's just that when you feel that way, instead of complaining about it, just take a beat and tell yourself, Yeah, I've only been dealing with this for maybe 6 months, right? Since Trump took office. I've been dealing with it for 6 months. There are people that have been dealing with this their whole life, and their family has been dealing with it for generations, and it's relentless. And so, yeah, you're tired, and it is tiring, but other people are way more tired, and they're not giving up.
Yeah. John says it's okay to take a break. Absolutely. Always take a break.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't find the Bible to be full of literal truths, but I think the Sabbath rest is important.
Yeah.
To like, it doesn't have to be 1 day a week, but that the point being, you need to take breaks.
Yes.
You know, I think it's silly when we're like, it has to be this 24-hour period when the sun and it's like you're missing like the spirit of what's behind it. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah, it's not about that. Whatever day and from sunrise to sunset, whatever.
That's
yeah.
If that works for you, fine. But you start being dogmatic about it, Jesus Christ, I think you missed the
But
point.
you know, yeah, I think it's also good though that we're talking about this because, I mean, you and I both do this, right? We take breaks. We go. You go off to your farm and whatever. I will usually go to a bookstore and go book hunting. That's my happy place. I love to just like get in the car, drive to a bookstore. Even if I spend an hour there and I don't come home with anything, I enjoy just looking through the books. You know what I mean? There's something about it. Just so, and we all have different things. Like I also love going to movies, right? I love to go see a movie. And here's the thing, like we don't do a podcast about the times we take a break. We don't do a blog post about, and this is what I did to take a break this week, So you don't know that. You're not, you're not aware of it because that's not the thing we're talking about when we sit down to do a podcast or a blog. We're not like, hey, let's talk about how we blow off steam. So anyway, I'm glad we're talking about this now because I think we want to make sure we're painting a broader picture for everybody of what it really is like to resist this this fascist government, this takeover of our nation that's happening right under our noses.
Yeah. Doa Deer says, love the talk about the farm episode. I love the let's talk about the farm episodes. Yeah, those are fun. I'll do that on Sunday. One of these Sundays coming up, I'll bring someone on who, Dylan can come back. He's a permaculturist.
Oh yeah, exactly. That'd be good. Just talk all about farming. Yeah.
John says there are people who can distract themselves, but there are people, even when they lock themselves up in their homes, they still can't find safety.
Yeah. Because it's the anxiety that's in your head. Yeah.
Yeah. And because different people are being affected by this different ways. Like, I think most of us who aren't psychopaths are disturbed by the ICE shit. But then there's people who are disturbed even more so because it literally could come for them next.
That's right.
And so we have to be aware of people's mental health and their physical safety and everything like that.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah. These are they're not unprecedented times. They're unprecedented times for this generation in this country. But I wouldn't even say this country as a whole. I mean, this country has a history that we cannot forget about. We should not be surprised that this country has gone down this path because we've been down this path many times before.
Yeah, well,
I mean, we locked Japanese people in camps. We called black people 3/5 of a human. We had slavery. We had the Trail of Tears. We had Jim Crow. We got the 13th Amendment.
They used to lynch black people, and they were public events, and people took pictures next to the bodies.
Yeah,
and sold postcards with the pictures. I mean, it's sick, twisted shit. And we know that that's part of our history, and we look back on that and we say, we watch the documentaries about it, whatever, and we think, oh man, wasn't that a horrible time back then? And then this is what's so disturbing, I think, now is to realize, oh shit, we're coming. Like, did we ever learn? Did we ever grow? Has America changed? Some of us have, a lot of us haven't. And
I think there's an arrogance about the American attitude. And I think when you think of yourself as exceptional, you don't look to others for guidance. And it's like so many problems that we have in America, if we would just look at other countries, they're like, oh, we solved this, or we're doing well with this, and this is how we did it. No, we got to do it the American way. We got to do it with fucking apple pie running through our veins. It's like, and that's that kind of that And
Yeah, that's right.
the bigger they are, the mighty, the harder they fall. I mean, we've gotten so bloated in our ego, in our ideas of the world, that when we fall, we're going to fall so hard because we haven't looked at these other countries that we see as less than, even though
Which is so stupid, because like we
it's
have so
stupid.
much to learn from like Iceland and Holland and Norway and
Oh, in terms of the
Australia, New
justice
Zealand.
system and like recidivism rates and
Yeah.
homelessness and
Yeah, how
yeah.
they've dealt with, so there's
Yeah.
a really great documentary, right, about, I think it's called Happiness or whatever, and they talk about like the happiest, countries on earth and how they have achieved it. And it's just beautiful, right? To like prioritize human beings,
Mhm.
to prioritize the reduction of suffering, to prioritize empathy, and to see the incredible, beautiful impact it has. And yeah, that is one of the frustrating things about America, is that we do suffer from that, like you were saying, that arrogance. Like we have nothing to learn from these other countries, like it's the reason why we're so clueless about, like, you know, gun violence in America. And well, the solution must be, and it's always like, the violent video games, really, because Japan has violent video games and they don't have the kind of violence we have
Mhm.
in the school shootings and mass shootings. Oh, it's we need God, and God back in the schools. Well, I mean, Australia doesn't have God in the schools, and they cut their gun violence down to nothing because
Which
they
I
actually
don't
got rid of the guns.
help me understand this though from the evangelical mindset. How would putting a violent God that they worship back in the schools make violence less? Like they also will out of the other side of their neck say they'll they'll condemn the non-violent Jesus that you and I talk about.
Right.
It doesn't make sense.
No, doesn't make sense. Well, I mean, someone has made the point, right, that like if you want to convince us that posting the 10 commandments, in school classrooms will make our children, um, better people, prove to me that it makes Christians better people first. Because like I'm looking at a bunch of Christians and thinking, yeah, you guys aren't so great, and those 10 commandments haven't really helped you to not be a bunch of assholes. So I'm not sure that's the solution we're looking for here.
Yeah, yeah, Christians don't seem to live in the resurrection. Like
No.
if they believe in it, like
Yeah.
if you believe in that, if you really believe, like a true believer in you think you're going to be resurrected with Jesus, you don't need to carry an AR-15 through Walmart.
Right. No.
You don't. Why are you so afraid if you're going to believe you're going to rise with Christ?
Yeah, exactly. Why are you so afraid of dying?
But
Shouldn't
you'd
you
be
be
the
like,
first to be like, "Oh, we need to open carry and all this." It's like,
but
but
at the same time, they'll also glorify this idea of becoming a martyr for dying for your faith, being persecuted for your faith. But like, but then if it actually came to that, right? Oh, someone's going to come in and shoot you because you're a Christian. Oh, hell no, I'm going to blow their brains out first. Well, then what happened to the? I thought you were supposed to be some kind of
just pick one.
just blow their brains out. You're like, oh well, never mind. Forget about. I'm gonna die, be a martyr for Christ. Like, yeah, yeah, and like the other issue too is like the thing that we can't seem to learn from other countries is like America cannot look at other countries and see like, wow, they have amazing healthcare, universal healthcare, right?
Mhm.
And they have lower rates of like infant mortality. Can you believe America is like we have one of the highest infant mortality rates in the world? Like
Right.
America, what?
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, so you think, oh, well, to solve the problem, let's go and look at how other nations have solved this problem. No,
No.
no, we
No,
just
we
will
don't.
tell ourselves and tell one another, or our leaders will tell us that this is impossible. This is so difficult. It's because they haven't figured out a way to do it and keep these multi-billion-dollar pharmaceutical
Which
companies.
Judy says it's cognitive dissonance right there. That's exactly right.
Yeah.
Because okay, well, if we're so great and we're America, it's not too difficult. We should be the ones. We should be ones leading the charge. We should have been the first ones with figuring out how everyone could get healthcare, and we're
Yes.
the last.
Yes.
And that's not a left or right thing. That's a fact.
If we were a Christian nation, that's probably the first thing we would have
Everyone
done,
would
is to
have
figure out
free
how to take
healthcare.
care of the weakest among us, the most vulnerable among us. And instead, the Christians are the ones that are like resisting that. And they'll say, especially if it's like, you're going to take my tax dollars and you're going to use my tax dollars to care for the poor. Oh, that's stealing my money. That's theft. Okay, the church should do that. All right, well then why doesn't the church do that? Are you telling me then if we didn't tax you that you would do that? Because churches don't pay taxes right now, and most churches are not doing that.
No.
They're not taking care of the people, even in their community. Yeah, Judy, good point. We don't teach critical thinking anymore. That's exactly right, because they don't want you to think. I watched. Okay, so you guys, if you listen to the podcast, we've had Michael Burns on the show a couple times. Michael Burns is from the show Wisecrack on YouTube, the YouTube channel. Although it's been shut down now, but you can still watch the videos. But Michael has gone solo now, so you can follow Michael Burns on YouTube. And I want to plug him because he's a friend of mine. I've known him for a long time, and before he ever had a show. And so this week he had a really, really great video essay, and was talking about some of the stuff, like about how it's sort of like about capitalism and socialism, right? And specifically Marxism, and how we're not even allowed to have the conversation. No one will allow you. The media will not allow you, to have a conversation about, well, what is Marxism? What is socialism? It just is the boogeyman, and it's the phrase that they use to demonize someone they don't like, right?
Mm-hmm.
Without ever saying, well, what is their position? You speak for them. You tell me what they want, but you're not letting me hear them say what their plan is, because again, if you let us listen to them, we might go, oh, that makes a lot of sense. That's exactly what happened, by the way. That guy, what's his name? The guy that just won the election in New York, right? Or the nomination in New York for the mayor of New York. What's his name?
Mamdani, I believe.
Mamdani. So when he first got the nomination, right, of course, everyone's freaking out, making a big deal about the fact that he's a Muslim and he's a socialist, right? And so Fox News was putting on the screen, they kept telling everybody, their listeners, this guy's scary. He's dangerous. Look at the things, here's a bullet list of the things he wants to do. After an hour, they had to take it down because people were like, the response was like, people are going, Fox News viewers were going like, hey, I like that. That sounds actually pretty good. What's wrong with that? So it's like, okay, no, we can't tell anybody what he actually wants, because then you might actually sympathize. Like, that's a good idea. So we don't want that. We just want you to hate him because he's, buzzword Muslim, buzzword socialist, Marxist, whatever. Therefore, you hate him, right? Because you don't like those people, but don't think about it, right? So yeah, we don't want critical thinking. We don't want to hear what the other side has to say. It is about indoctrination, and it's propaganda. I mean, at the end of the day,
it is propaganda.
Capitalism needs propaganda, because in a way, capitalism is propaganda. Like it, right? Anytime, think about this. Anytime capitalism starts to fail, right? Corporations fail. They start to go bankrupt. They screw up, like with the big housing crisis that we had, right? What ends up saving those industries? Socialism. The government goes in and gives them a bunch of free money, our money. They take the money from the people.
Yeah, and not the good socialism. That's why we have to emphasize democratic socialism.
That's right. We already have socialism in this country. It's just,
it's
capitalistic socialism, which is bizarre. Like what saves capitalism is socialism.
Like John says, those who speak about communism, socialism, and Marxism don't even know what they are when they're pressed. Exactly. No. They don't know these terms. That's why they won't. Because if you, again, like you said, if you define the terms and then you said, for instance, school lunches and healthcare, universal health, you start to see, oh, I actually like democratic socialism. And no, there's not a single communist in government that I know of. Like, not one. What communists do we have in the halls of Congress right now?
Yeah.
Like, the closest we have to democratic socialist would be, I think, Bernie Sanders. And this potential, not even New York mayor, this potential New York mayor.
They're so terrified that this guy could actually win.
And maybe AOC is along the lines of a democratic socialist in many ways. And that's what we have. We have no communists. It's absurd.
Yeah, no, exactly. No, there is no true communist, right? Because they're not. No one is up there. No politician right now, even potential, unless they're in the Communist Party, and you'll never hear from them
because they don't get any votes.
They'll get no, and
I
they'll
don't
get
even
no
know if
press.
there was a Communist Party.
Yeah. So
Doadir
yeah,
says, how do we get to a place where we're okay to have cages for people with no plumbing and the
yeah,
only available water being in the toilets as an alligator
it's so
Alcatraz?
disgusting, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't. I
Horrible.
mean, a million ways we got there.
In 6 months, dude, in 6 months, we are literally talking about this, and it's just normalized. This is
Yeah,
terrifying. Terrifying.
I think it happens so incrementally. It's
Yeah.
like you get numbed to it as a nation, maybe like and because like even the people that don't support it, they'll still like they'll be like, oh, it's not a concentration camp. Oh, it's then what is it? You tell me what is it? Is it all inclusive resort? What is it? I think we just get numbed and we get pacified. And it reminds me of the Orwellian quote. Like it's basically like the party's last command, most important command is like to not trust your eyes, to not trust
Yeah.
what's in front of you,
Yeah. To not believe what you just saw. Yeah.
what you just saw. And
Yeah.
once we get enough people to do that, and I think it's shown that only like it only takes like 30% of the country to support this for it to happen. I think like what Hitler only got, he didn't get like it's not like a majority of Germans voted for Hitler.
No.
It's just that enough people did, and enough people went along with it because you just I think incrementally if we go back 20 years and we're like, this is what's going to happen in America, and these are the people that are going to support it, we'd be shocked.
Right.
But it happens so incrementally that by the time we get there, we're like, I'm surprised that people are surprised at this point.
Right. Yeah. Now, I want to bring up Jody's comment. Jody, thank you for that. So, but the hearts of so many have been hardened. I hear what you're saying, but when I saw your comment, what it made me think of was just this week, I saw several different videos on Instagram that were shared, reels, whatever, that were shared of literally of MAGA supporters burning their hats, their Make America Great Again hats, like throwing them in the fire, squirting them with lighter fluid, and setting them on fire. Now, what did it take? It took the Epstein list, right? It took the most obvious, blatant, in your face. I'm going to release the Epstein list to there is no Epstein list, and like what? I mean, even now, so I'm seeing cracks in the armor. I think that's beautiful. Some everyday supporters are actually so disgusted now. Hopefully, then their eyes. Hopefully, this is just the first thread. This is just
It
the
has
first
to
chain
be,
of the story.
othervise they're gonna remain the same
That's right. They're
dipshits they
still going
were
to vote for
before.
him. They're still going to support him, even though they think he's on the Epstein list and he's a pedophile. So yeah, what has to happen is that they're upset right now because they realize, oh shit, he was there. And then they're seeing the pictures of him with Epstein, like it's all starting to click, and they're going, oh shit. And then the next thing that has to happen is, what else has he lied to me about? What else have I, that's what's going to open their eyes for them to finally go to start seeing like the dominoes fall, and they're like, oh crap. It was all a scam. The whole thing was bullshit. That's what we need to have happen. But like over this Epstein list, right thing, you have like Kash Patel and what's his name, Bongino, both didn't step down, but like took a day or whatever. They had to be upset.
They took a day off.
They took a day off. It'd be wonderful though if they would actually go ahead and quit. That would be really great, because then they could go back. Joe Rogan's turning on him now, right? Which is so you're slowly starting to see, and Tucker Carlson, like all these people are slowly starting. Alex Jones, dude, Alex freaking Jones turned on you. Holy shit.
But
that is giving me a tiny bit of hope that maybe some other people are also going to go, this guy played us like a violin and we need to wake up.
I think the worry I have is that we said it. I said it a long time ago. MAGA's transcending Trump. Trump will go away, and they will toss him out. And they'll still be white nationalists. They'll still be racists. They'll still be xenophobic and patriarchal and homophobic. Like, I think this is, mimetic theory says a lot about this because we have evidence throughout history that kings were sacrificed too. And so MAGA will easily sacrifice Donald Trump for the greater good of America.
Yeah,
They'll
but the
still be
scary thing is
MAGA.
they'll still, yes, exactly. And you're right. Thank you. That's a good thing to keep in mind. We could get excited that they're turning on Trump, but then all they're going to do is just put in a JD Vance or put in a Marco Rubio or a Mike Johnson or some other person who then is just going to still lead this shitty movement of hate. Stephen Miller, like so yeah, they might finally turn on Trump and we finally get him out of the picture at some point, thank God. But it's not like MAGA is going to go away.
No, it's ideological. It's yeah, it goes well. That's what gets me is like it's funny to watch like the Joe Rogans and the Andrew Schultz of the world be like, this isn't what I voted for. It's like if you guys would have just paid attention, like a lot of us this has been going on for 70 years. This has been white nationalists long play. This was back when they tried to get segregation in schools to continue, so they shifted over to abortion.
Yep.
This has nothing to do with this ideology, and so then it has to get to the heart of people. Has to get to the heart of like, look, like, well, and maybe the catalyst for their own change is realizing they glommed onto someone like Trump and that they could be lied to. So really, all of these people are lying to you. Not just Trump. You got to realize that all these people are lying to you.
Yeah.
So it goes beyond Trump. That's what the next thing they have to realize is it goes well beyond that. It's like, I really haven't thought for myself as they like to claim. More importantly, I've failed to listen to people that were telling the truth that didn't really have anything to gain from it.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. I want to say, so Nathan Peterson just posted something a little off track, but he says, Nathan Peterson, just watching your text dialogue 10 minutes before Superman starts, I'm escaping this shit show of a parallel universe for a couple of hours. Watch it and enjoy it, Nathan. Here's the thing. This is what I wrote that article about. When Trump posted this picture of himself as Superman, and it was like truth, justice, the American way, blah, blah, blah. And the sad thing about it is Trump wants so badly to be seen as this hero, but what he doesn't get is that he's more like Lex Luthor. And when you watch that movie, notice that the character Lex Luthor, the villain in the movie, is basically an amalgamation. He's he's Trump and Elon Musk. He's a billionaire who wants to be a king and who hates aliens and immigrants, and has a massive, machine. He's putting all of his wealth behind demonizing immigrants, and it's like it's so flippin' obvious. And man, wouldn't it be great if Trump could somehow watch this movie and have the realization, oh shit, I'm Luthor. I'm not Superman. But if you want to be Superman, you want to be loved like Superman, celebrated like Superman, maybe you should do the things he's doing. He actually gives a shit about people.
You live in a fantasy.
I know. Oh, I said that. That's actually, I said in the article, I said, that idea may be more unbelievable than an alien from another planet that can fly around and shoot lasers out of his eyes. Yeah. But yeah, enjoy the movie. I've seen it twice already. It's really good.
I heard it was too woke, bro.
No, it's as woke as it needs to be. It is beautiful. There's a scene in there where there's a speech near the end. I don't want to give anything away. There's a speech at the end where I just wanted to stand up and go, yes, it was so good. Yeah, I loved it. Great movie. And it's the kind of movie we need right now. I also, because so I think it was like a year ago. I think it was last year. Alex Garland had a movie called Civil War, which is a great movie. But the problem with the movie is that he didn't want to be political. So, in this civil war that is happening, which by the way, feels very real, it's terrifyingly real. The way he did it to kind of thread the needle was like Texas and California are both seceding together. They've come together to create the Civil War, and they're fighting against the president of the United States. And the problem with that version in the film is like he was trying to not piss off basically MAGA supporters, right? So he couldn't have it just be California because then then the other people wouldn't watch it because, oh, you're making the bad guys the MAGA people or something. But that to me was the weakness of the film. So then it has nothing to say. It has no point. It's not making a point.
Then it has no point. Yeah. See, I think because I think this, like when you purposely go out of your way to not make a political statement, you've now basically contradicted yourself because that itself is a political statement.
Yeah.
Like if you're unwilling to speak to the politic at the time, that's a political privilege. Like because to me, like that's gonna be a turn off for me. Now you're like, oh, you can't even say nothing because you don't want to offend certain group of people who can't like.
And it doesn't tell a good story. The movie made no sense. I mean, there's no way to watch that movie, and I'm constantly in the movie distracted by what the hell could possibly make Texas and California unite together against the president. What issue? What question? What would they both agree on? And only Texas and California. Bullshit. There is no such thing. There is no such topic that would make both of them decide I'm going to turn against. Now that we're in the middle of something where we're close to seeing that California could actually turn against, and have some kind of civil war, push back against the federal government. You can see like, oh, it would make no sense if Texas joined them in that because they're on the side. They're not on the side of California, right? So it's not about anything because you're not willing to take a stand. And way to go that James Gunn was willing to say, he's already said in the press conferences leading up to the Superman film, that yes, Superman is an immigrant. That's what it's about. It's about an immigrant who basically fights a billionaire and wins. Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah. I don't think any great piece of art has been made going like, I'm purposely staying out of politics on this.
I'm just not going to have any opinion whatsoever. Yeah. What?
Yeah.
So you have nothing to say to anybody, or you make the mistake of trying to be all things to everybody. That's the real problem. It's not that you're not trying to say anything. In a way, he kind of does want to say something. It's just that he wants to make everybody happy, and you can't do that. You know this from marketing. Like, when people say like, you're doing a marketing campaign and you ask the client, okay, who's your audience? And they say everybody. Bullshit. No, it's not everybody.
No, it's not.
What are you selling, right? So yeah, of course, your dream would be everyone on the planet would love my product. But let's get real. Who is most likely to love your product? Well, you'd have to then look at a demographic. It's going to be men or women between this age and that age with this level of education who also likes this and also likes that. Like you have to drill down, and then that's your audience, right? And so you have to understand creating art, creating a product, anything you're trying to do. You have to understand who your audience is and just commit and say, this movie is for these people. It's a movie for people who give a shit about other human beings and want to see a hero who is doing what they wish they had the power to do, which is to stand up for the people that can't stand up for themselves. And that's the message. And that makes a great movie.
Yeah.
And you can hide it a little better, right? I mean, this doesn't hide it very well. They don't try to. They're not obviously not trying to hide. Like you watching Superman, you will definitely go, there's the ICE agents. There's the encampment. Like you would see, you can, connect all the dots pretty obviously. And that's okay. Sometimes though you can make a film where it's a little more subtle, and maybe the subtlety allows you the ambiguity a little bit, allows the other side to kind of start feeling some empathy before they realize, oh shit, that's me, and that's pretty powerful. If you can pull that off, that's probably even better. But you can't do it by just not having a point and not taking a side.
Yeah. Lots of great comments. I wish we had time to get to them. It's been about an hour now, and appreciate y'all tuning in. Appreciate everyone who subscribes to the podcast. Tell one person about this podcast, please. And if you could, go click that link for the Indiegogo campaign. Support us and the collective, and more importantly, support our contributors and getting good journalistic and satire and news and philosophy and theology out there to the people. And if you do want to sign up for the collective and you want to unlock everything, make sure you go to the website, use promo code Heretic. You'll save 10% off an already 10% off yearly subscription. So to come to 20% off what you would normally pay for a month. So join up for a year, support us there, get good education, get good resources, and we'll see you on Tuesday, right?
Yes, Tuesday, new episode.
Yeah, and we'll be off this Sunday, so there'll be no live stream this Sunday or the next Sunday, but I'll come back August 3rd, and I'll have a special guest, and I'll make announcements and all that before that.
Hey, so yeah, this Tuesday's episode is Bad Theology Kills. It's our guests are Dr. Jennifer Bird, December Rose, and Reverend Dr. Angela Parker. It's really good. Check it out.
Yeah, that's this Tuesday. Yeah. All right, y'all. Peace out.
Ciao.
Ciao, Bella.